quite frankly, feel that the men that are available to us, and I'm talking about across the color spectrum, across the age spectrum, trust me, I've done them all, they are not positioned to protect nor provide because of some of the statistics we just talked about.
Landmark study from the Center for Disease Control, which debunked many of the myths surrounding black fathers. It found that the majority of black fathers live with their children. Black fathers are more likely to help their children with their homework, prepare meals, bathe and dress their children compared to fathers of other races. So the absent or deadbeat black father myth that many in America believe is really more like a lie.
A few years ago, my oldest daughter had to take a DNA test for school just to figure out ancestry. During the DNA test, she came to me very, very sad because apparently me and her were not related. I was like, huh?
This is Big Bass Life with another informative video. Just looking at this video clip of Iyanla Vanzant and this sister, and the question was asked, would you date a bus driver? And I'm pretty sure you guys out here would understand and know the answer to that, because the sister didn't hold back. And also, this brother, we was talking to him, and, you know, his kids, he had 4 kids, and in a great relationship, great marriage, matter of fact. And, you know, it was some discoveries made. We'll get to that clip. But definitely, we got to talk about this bus driver situation.
How women need to, position ourselves so that we can be in our divinity, so we can have our crowns right, how we can create and not build, when some of us, quite frankly, feel that the men that are available to us, and I'm talking about across the color spectrum, across the age spectrum, trust me, I've done them all, they are not positioned to protect nor provide because of some of the statistics we just talked about. They're not earning the incomes. They're not having the resources, and some of them are not even showing up in the leadership.
Would you date a bus driver? Would you date
if he owns the bus? If he owns it. If he owns the bus.
See, that's a problem. That's a problem. That's a problem. Okay. Because the standards and requisites, and I'm not talking about him laying on his sofa playing video games all day. I'm not talking about that. But the standards and the criteria that we use to measure men is off for who we are as women and who they are in this society. I would date a bus driver if he loved driving the bus, if he was a man of integrity, if he was good to his mama, if he treated me well, I would date a bus.
You know, a lot of times brothers are disrespected in ways that we just can't really compute. You know, we can't really compute in terms of the standards that women set, because they change standards all the time. Either you're not thug enough, you're not masculine enough, or you're not feminine enough, or you just don't make you don't fit the financial qualities. You're not educated enough. Your politics are off. It's one thing or another. It's always one thing. We seen I just dropped a clip, a few days ago about a sister telling a man that he was good, but he wasn't the right fit. He checked all the boxes. So where do we go from here? Brothers, I'm telling you that the signs are there. The clips are there. How many videos are you going to watch in order to see that something is definitely off? Spiritually, black women are off. Spiritually, black women are off. I'm going to say it again. Spiritually, black women are off. There is no respect for God. There is no respect for God's word. Matter of fact, the church is just a modern day club that you go to on Sunday to appease everybody in the community, because the community of men do not attend church, because we know that the pastors and the players and the pimps are all in church. No one is trying to lead. And the women are not trying to follow. They want to be leaders. Therefore, their children, which are their sons, are growing up to be the emotional little tyrants. These emotional little destructive mechanisms in the community that cause all of the destruction and death that we see that's happening. This is the relationship between a black man and black woman. So what's the answer? Because definitely, when we get into this clip about the brother and his wife, well, let's jump into it.
A few years ago, my oldest daughter had to take a DNA test for school just to figure out ancestry. During the DNA test, she came to me very, very sad because apparently me and her were not related. I was like, huh? When she told me this, I had to keep a straight face because the immediate shock was just wild. Then I decided to go with her to get a paternity test done. When we got the paternity test done, it was also concluded that I was not her father. At this point, I was shocked. I've had 4 kids with my wife, and she was the oldest, and I needed to see how far this rabbit hole went. I told her to not let her mother know that we know this information, and then I went to my next oldest child. Not mine. I went to the one below that. Not mine. And then I decided to stop there because the youngest child is so young that this may directly affect them, and they don't really understand what's going on anyway. So I didn't even want to go into that rabbit hole, but when I got the information, I immediately was like, let me go talk to my wife about this. So, like always, she didn't take responsibility or any type of accountability, and she said, how are you going to believe your wife over these tests? I was like, are you serious? Are you like, for real? Like, is this really where you're going to go with this? Then she starts crying profusely and saying it was only one time, I didn't mean to do it. And I was like, it was only one time? Hey. And then I showed her that each one of the children aren't mine, with the exception of the youngest, as so I think. That's when it dawned on me that it was one time, multiple times, and then when we looked, each one of the children had different baby fathers, and somehow that made it even worse, because it wasn't just one person you was cheating on me with. This is a habitual thing with multiple different people that you probably don't know about, and I'm taking care of their kids. They're my kids. I've raised each and every one of them from a super young age, and they stood by me through this whole situation. But to think that she's not who she said she was, because up until that situation, I thought we had a great marriage. I thought we had a great life. I thought everything was going good. I thought that we were building together and already have built together. She is a stay-at-home mom that works on things that she wants to do. She takes care of the kids. She cooks. She cleans. She does everything that's needed inside of the relationship with me. Yet she didn't tell me that she wanted to go outside of the marriage. She didn't tell me that she wanted to do anything. Anyway, after finding out the information and getting her side of the story, I let her know I would need a couple of space. So I had rented a hotel for a couple of days, and I stayed in it. I stayed away, and it was all right. It was good, but I really missed my kids, and I wanted to see them. So after a couple of days, I was back inside of the house, but I'm not even gonna lie, I didn't say anything to my wife. I didn't speak to her. She would try to talk to me and I would look away. I would take care of the kids. I would grab the kids, take them to the mall, do different things with them. And everything was just, I was just trying to figure things out. I was just trying to see how I could make our relationship work, or see if I need to separate and just take the kids myself. Like, I didn't know what to do, if I had any like legal rights to these individuals. Yeah, my name's on the birth certificate, but I'm not biologically theirs. I just wanted to figure things out, but I didn't even get that chance, because 6 days ago she decided, other than taking any type of responsibility, to have a hangout session with the chandelier. And I'm so happy I have my kids, because I just don't know what I would like. It's just baffling to me. Because the whole time, even with evidence, she just kept denying and denying and denying and denying. And I don't know if I did something wrong. I don't know if I was never supposed to know in the first place. I don't know what's going to happen, but I know I didn't want this to happen. I didn't want to not have my kids not to have their
Far too often, I've seen, like, I'm going to share in my next video a personal, not too long ago, maybe a week ago, this happened. A week ago, with an ex-girlfriend of mine that initially, she initially, called herself separating. We were separating. We was going to, kind of give it a break. She go on and do her thing. I do my thing. If we get back together, we get back together. If not, no problem. So, I'm all for it. Coming out of Ramadan, I was like, okay, I'm with it. Then come to find out, you know, I'll get into that story a lot later because it's a very interesting story, and it needs to have its own centerpiece, because I have some audio I'm going to share with you, some video I'm going to share with you, and, you know, a couple of excerpts, maybe a few text messages, maybe, because I'm pretty sure she's going to come to this page and she's going to flag this page. But at the same time, let's get back into this. You know, it's like black women. Where do we turn? I ask black women, where do black men turn? Where do we go to? You know, if we can't get women that's going to cooperate with us, women who are going to appreciate us, women who are going to celebrate us, not tolerate, but celebrate us, where do we go? You know, all of these different things. Like, I do not have like when I seen Austin Holloman, he was 22 at the time. When I seen him make that jump, it didn't surprise me, because I already was in the dysfunctional system of dating, or the system of trying to find someone that's, you know, in my race pool. In my race pool, I wanted someone that was comfortable with knowing who I come from, where I come from, my struggle and all of that. But these days it's very difficult, if not impossible. It's almost impossible to find a level-headed woman. And if you find one, she's already taken. That's the issue. The issue is all of the good women are taken. The ones that you see out here that are beautiful, that are pretty, that are, you know, all of these things, they have problems. They have serious mouth problems, attitude problems. They're not, you know, they're not followers. They will not follow a man. They're going to follow their own whims, their own desires. And therefore, this is what happens. You know, they have more than one baby daddy. They have more than one issue going on. You know, they're doing too much. They don't know how to sit down and relax. They don't know how to sit down and let a man take the lead. And then when they decide to let a man take the lead, it's usually the wrong man. And then the black man get denoted for that. But you chose that man. That man doesn't represent me as a black man. He represents the lowest of the low. And that's what they want. They want broken men. They want the lowest of the low. So if you're dating the lowest of the low, you can't compare that to me. So we can't have that conversation. I'm not dating black women or melanated women who are on a low vibration. If your low vibration is strictly bedroom activities and shopping and spending money, you can kick rocks. Plain and simple. You can kick rocks, because that's not going to establish a family. A family should be established with your belief system, meaning belief in God, and understanding that, hey, look, when things get rough, we have to pray on it. You know, a family that prays together stays together. A family that don't pray, you know, I don't know what you got. I guess your boss is your God. Your check is your God, and your bank account is your God. I guess your VJ is your God. So this is what I'm talking about. Yeah, the brother in this clip with the children, finding out the children that wasn't his, you know, it's sad, but I've seen this multiple times. Like, women will step out, because a lot of women, and I'm including the type of women I date. I'm not talking about white women, Asian women. I don't know what they're doing. I'm talking about black women. Far too often, I see black women stepping out. You know, they're acting like men. You know, they're getting it in, as they say. You know, so a lot of these women have kids and they don't say anything. You know, they'll keep quiet, or they'll have a kid and then go cop them a simp, or go cop them someone that will, you know, lay with them, and then it's your baby. And next thing you know, he's claiming the baby without a blood test. 10, 15 years, she done got him on child support, marriage over with, and come to find out the babies ain't his. That's because you're not keeping track. You know, you got to keep track of what's going on with these women, especially black women in the bedroom. Because if you're not cooking in the bedroom, trust me, she's getting it elsewhere. This is Big Bass Life with another informative video. Look, hit that like button, man. Hit the like button. We growing. We trying to do big things over here. Share, like, comment. You know what I'm saying? And I will bid you an adieu. passport, take me away, we all bosses. Remember block hanging, they slanging and took losses. No money, go fund me to buy coffins. No headstone in his grave, they even marking. Wallahi, did time with no caution. Why you think they came home early? Cause they talking. Supreme Court appeal in the cell, they walking. I ain't doing all kind of hell, no softy. Cell doors open, out of here, like Killmonger out of Oakland. Vladimir, Wusa, city left smoking. At the post office, spending all my tokens. Sorry, Miss Jackson, actually Larry, I'm joking. Classy, in first class, hand me some lotion. On the prayer rug, I'm flying hocus pocus. A lot of trauma travel, it soothes all my emotions. Slow motion, I like it like that. See, she working that back down, know how to act. Slow motion for me, slow motion for me, slow motion for me, moving slow motion for me. Yeah, I like it like that. Way she working that back down, know how to act. Slow motion for me, slow motion for me, slow motion for me, moving slow motion for me. I'm passport coasting. Make sure I better pack my Trojans. Ride a cowboy, buffalo soldier. It ain't over till Allah says over. Damn right. Passport coasting. Make sure I better pack my Trojans. Ride a cowboy, buffalo soldier. It ain't over till Allah says over. Passport coasting. Passport highs, passport lows. We passport coasting, I'm a passport bro. Black man travel, black man stand on it. When black men speak, don't get in black men battles. Niggas turn to Clark Kent, think he's Superman, driving Miss Daisy, doing his little goofy dance. So won't you stay inside a scent place? Worldwide lobster sitting on a shrimp plate. We don't play around, nor do we F around. If I said it once, damn right, I'ma double down. Sounds like I'm way out in Cali, I'm with Richie. P-A-double-Z about his business. Off in the kitchen, overseas cooking fishes. When we finish hitting the streets like we in Venice. Got the women looking and staring like I'm a menace. Back and forth serving me like a game of tennis. All my passport bros rocking with me. All the foreign girls wanna sock it to me. I don't really care if she broke. They can all get that smoke. All the down homies still popping with me. Middle finger to those who popping with me. I don't give a damn about hoes. I just wanna get that dough and ooh. I'm just putting on a plane when we land and I'm diving in the pool. Yeah, I know that you take me for a fool. I'm just putting on a plane when we land and I'm diving in the pool. Yeah, I know that you take me for a girls, they love me. Now they wanna hug me. Feel over my body. Homie, that's a body. Feel me now. Girls, they love me. Now they wanna hug me. Feel over my body. Homie, that's a body. Feel me now. Girls, they love me. Now they wanna hug me. Feel over my body. Homie, that's a body. Feel me now. Girls, they love me. Now they wanna hug me. Feel over my body. Now homie, that's a party. Feel me now.
Who don't do this anymore? Sound like to me you wanted to hard.
Man, hit the like button, man. Hit the like button like it's a ticket. You're getting ready to go to Sosua, or you're going to Colombia, Thailand, wherever you're going. You know, hit that button like you about to get a check. Hit that button, hit the like button.
Life is what you make it, I want everything. Work your ass off, work 2 jobs, get it by enemies. Want the mansion, fancy cars, all the fun things. Get off your ass, go out and get it, I want everything. Bad bitches, everything. Diamond rings, everything. $1 million bank accounts, everything. What I couldn't buy when I was poor, I had to settle, man. Got the dough now, so I show out, damn right, I want everything.
Have a good day.
I'll get you, bitch.